Hey YouTubers, this is Tim again at JL Miniatures. Right now I'm working on the cobblestone floors to my D&D Inn. What I've used for that is this roller right here. This is from shiftinglands.com, and this is like a cobblestone. It's really good size-wise. I think it's just over, I think it's about an inch or just over an inch across, and so that gives you a lot better coverage. And you see this one here, it actually fits inside there, so that just tells you that this one here is quite a bit larger. It works out really well as far as just using your hand, just rolling it right across the product that you're using. This right here is just blue foam that I've cut down to probably within an eighth of an inch. And with this right here, since I'm doing just cobblestone, I'm using a little bit of black, and then I'm actually hitting a tad bit of brown in there also, just to kind of give it a dirtier look down in the grout. Now you got to remember that this is basically going to be, covered over as far as when you're doing the rocks and stuff like that. This is just to get down in the very bottom cracks and crevices. And you can see that I'm not going in a specific direction. I'm kind of going in a circle, and by going in a circle, it kind of gets the bristles worked down into those cracks. So you can kind of see me working nice and slow here, and you can actually see that difference right there. Now with the color, you can see that there's quite a bit of color difference. You can see that was a little bit kind of heavy on the brown, so I can just kind of just wipe it away a little bit. Same thing up here, kind of go like that, smooth it back out. I'm going to continue this for the whole rest of it here. And you see that this is quite long. This is probably close to 18 inches probably. And I'm going to take and do that, and then hopefully it'll start to dry to where I can actually go ahead and start dry brushing some of the rocks and stuff like that. This is for my second floor right now for the smaller bedrooms at my inn. I'm just kind of doing that to see how they look before I tackle the downstairs. That's something that I'm going to have to build tables for. I'm going to have to build possibly chairs. I'll have to build the place for the barkeep, the whole bar and all that. And so that's going to be a big undertaking. Right now I'm looking at a couple different places that sell I think it's MDF laser cut inside type tables and types of things like that that I can actually put in here instead of me having to make them. I think it'd be kind of cool. It'd be a little bit sturdier, and made out of MDF. I can sit there, paint them up rather quickly, and I can move them around as needed in the game itself, in the inn. So this right here is pretty much it. I'm gonna take and add some more black to it just to get rid of some of that brown. It's a little too much brown for me, but like I said, you can do it however you want as far as that goes, color wise or whatever. I just use this for a nice base coat, just so I can put the other colors on it. Now basically what I'm going to be doing is, I think I'm going to use just the tan and the black and just make sort of a gray, and then I'm just going to lightly dry brush it and see where that goes. There'll be some stones that I'll probably pick out and actually put a different color, just to give it some variety. I won't take and just do every single rock a different color. That just takes way too long. And then we'll kind of see where that goes. You can still see that this is quite wet, so I'm just going to kind of give it a nice little dry brush here, see how that looks. And if anything, I'll probably end up waiting and then go from there. But right now I'm just going to take and keep using a lighter and lighter gray until until I see if I like it or not. If I don't like it, I can always go to a black and white type gray. This right here it's pretty gray right now, so you can see that right there on my hands. I might even do I'll probably just do a wetter type. Now with this, I'm just kind of going along and I'm pulling it across the cobblestones. That way I don't poke down into the cracks itself. The cracks you want to leave on the dark side there. So by doing this, it makes it a little bit nicer. If you go in one direction with it, you'll see streaks and stuff like that, but you can go and kind of crisscross it and it'll take some of those streaks out. You'll see some of them that are a little bit higher than others. That's totally fine. Most stones aren't going to wear the same as far as that goes. Some parts are a little bit harder than others, so it will vary the depth of it. You can also always take tinfoil and then roll it into like a sausage type of thing. Roll it over your insulation here, and then you can take and use the roller over that. That'll give it a lot more to it as far as your rocks and stuff like that. It'll give it more detail, and it always looks a little bit nicer, I guess. But I think what I'm going to do, take and see how that's light right there in that spot. I really kind of like that. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go through and just do a few more spots, and then I'm going to take and let it dry really good, because you can see that it doesn't take very long for it to dry. So I'll let it dry probably 4 or 5 minutes, then I'll come back through, I'll dry brush it, and then I'll take and do another video of doing some lighter dry brushes or even some washes of color in it. Again, this is Tim at JL Miniatures. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and wait for my next video. Thanks.